Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Glow Up Guide. So, today's episode is all about glowing up both physically and mentally. I just felt like a midsummer glow up was kind of necessary, so here we are, y'all. Honestly, this doesn't even specifically have to be like a midsummer glow up. You can use this glow up challenge tips at any time of the year, doesn't really matter. So, we're just going to talk about some stuff that you can do, like just keep with every day to glow up in 30 days. So, let's start with podcast updates. My Instagram's still suspended. I'm not even gonna update you guys about that anymore. I'll just make an announcement when it's unsuspended or whenever it's I don't know if I start a new one. So yeah, that's that. And then life updates. So I'm currently recording on a Thursday. By the time you guys get to this episode, it will be a Sunday. But reason why I'm recording on a Thursday. So basically, you guys know, if you guys have listened to any of my recent episodes, you guys know that I'm going to Great Wolf Lodge next weekend, but some things happened and then that changed and now we're going this weekend instead. So I'm not going to my friend's sleepover anymore. I mean, honestly, I'm not super sad about that because she's not even that close to my friends. Like if it was one of my close friends, then I would have been like, oh, well, oof. And then but I don't really care, so it's fine. And then yeah, so now we're going this weekend instead. We changed this yesterday. Me and my mom talked about it, and then we mentioned it to my dad and my brother, and then we all agreed on that. So, yeah, I'm super duper excited to go, though. Like, honestly, if you're, so excited for a vacation, it's just, you when it's the few days that's leading up to that vacation, it's you want to be there already. Like if anyone knows what I mean, it's just you can't wait anymore. You want to be there already. Honestly, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for that trip. I mean, I started packing some stuff yesterday. Actually, wait, I started packing a bunch of stuff yesterday, and I was supposed to put the laundry in for my whole family for before this episode, but that didn't happen. So whoopsie daisies. But yeah, there's my suitcase and my backpack and my tote bag, and they're all just chilling there, and they're all half packed. So I'm super excited. I just need to do laundry and then pack some more stuff tomorrow, and then we need to go to the Indian grocery store, buy some food and groceries and all that, and then pack that tomorrow. And then Saturday is super last minute packing, because I would need to pack some other toiletries and my hairbrush and that type of stuff on Saturday. And I'm wearing my swimsuit to the water park anyway, so yeah, that's great. But yeah, I'm super excited. So this episode is going to be released on Sunday the 21st because I'm leaving on Saturday and coming back on Monday. So, yeah. But the episode on the 28th, which is the Saturday after the coming one, not the Saturday, the Sunday after the coming one, my bad. But that is going to be all about how my vacation went and resetting because yeah, I just felt like that's a good episode to do. So we're going to talk about that. That's next week's episode. But yeah, so continuing with life updates, literally the most boring week of my life. I'm not even kidding. It was so boring. I went nowhere. I hung out with none of my friends. It really sucked, honestly. But yeah, so I did a puzzle. I finished a puzzle this morning. It was a really hard puzzle. It was 1,000 pieces. But I've worked on that obsessively since Sunday because I've been that bored. Well, I mean, I do puzzles because I like puzzles, but still I was so bored. And I obsessively worked on it and finished it this morning. So, fun times. And then next Wednesday through Friday is my leadership retreat thing that I'm doing. It's basically team building, working on leadership skills, and then some other random stuff like community service is tied in, and it's that for just 3 days. So I'm excited about that. Actually, I'm kind of nervous, but after the first day I'll probably be fine. So yeah, and we have a field trip on the 25th, so that's great. But yeah, it's gonna be good. The only sad thing is I'm missing my friend's sleepover, as I mentioned, and then what else? Yeah, I'm missing my first volunteering shift at my local library, and my brother will be missing one of his classes, so that's not exactly great either. But yeah, so now let's do one thing we're grateful for and one thing we're happy about, plus our book of the week. So one thing I'm grateful for is I honestly don't know. One thing I'm grateful for is probably like this is a hard one. My room, honestly, my room. Because my room is just, yeah, I've mentioned it so many times on this podcast, but that's like all I can think of right now. So yeah. And then one thing I'm happy about is obviously my Great Wolf trip. I'm super duper excited and super happy about that. Like it worked in our favor. Hey, at least we get to go sooner because my brother was just like so excited. He's like, I want to go already, and I'm like, you gotta wait. So yeah, and then our book of the week is, I literally just had it right here. Um, Meet Me at Midnight by Jessica Pennington. So this is a YA novel, so it's not really, honestly, not really that great. It's another romance novel, but it's about this girl. What's her name? Sydney. And then there's this guy Asher. So they're both like star swimmers, and their families vacation together like every summer for the whole summer. And yeah, but in between like all the family hanging out stuff, because all their parents are like best friends. Um, Sydney and Asher, they like spend the summer trying to find like the ultimate ways to prank each other. But now it's their summer after their senior year, and their plans are thrown into like a sudden jeopardy when their prank fighting thing causes both their families to get kicked out of their lake houses. So yeah, and then Sydney gets to meet me at midnight, and then Asher has a proposition for her: join forces into one last summer of epic pranks against a shared enemy, the woman who kicked them out. So this truth should make their lives simpler, but 6 summers of tormenting each other isn't exactly the easiest to ignore. Kind of like the attraction going between them. So it's honestly like a good book, but I've read better books. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've read better books. So yeah. Anyway, so even though they like prank each other, it's not technically enemies to lovers because their parents are friends, so they can't exactly like be like, I want to rip out your hair 24/7. If that makes any sense. So yeah, but that's our book of the week. Okay, so moving along, yeah, so starting with some basic glove tips. Number one, tackle your diet. I've talked about like tackling your diet, and I'm gonna do an episode on like healthy eating in the near future. But some super basic diet stuff for now. In order to get your diet in check, no matter what that looks like to you. For me, since school ended, I kind of threw all my health stuff out the window. I mean, I went back to tracking my sugar intake like hardly 2 weeks ago. I'm still sleeping in super late unless I have somewhere to go in the early morning. And I'm just now trying to fix my messed up workout schedule. So yeah, my health is kind of a mess, but hey, I'm working on it, so give me credit for that. Nutrition and diets are a confusing topic. So some people say you need to eat 3 meals a day, and some say you should be fasting for 10 to 12 hours. There's intuitive eating, and there's also a bunch of stuff that says you should ignore your cravings. I have to know a lot about like eating and basic nutrition advice because like my weight and my eating habits have always been a problem for me until maybe a month ago. Long story short, I've always been underweight. People would always tell me to do this and that, and nothing worked to bring my weight to a normal level until I decided I was gonna ignore what everyone said, and basically I decided to run a bunch of experiments on myself. And what actually worked was doing like muscle strengthening exercise and eating good carbs and protein to gain weight through building muscle. This worked like crazy. I'm not even kidding. Like I gained maybe 13 pounds in 3 months, and I looked so much thinner, but like I didn't look lanky, you know, because there's like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like lanky skinny, which is like just ugly, honestly, and then there's just like skinny, like it looks pretty. So yeah, like that's the kind of skinny people strive to be. So yeah, I used to use the approach of eating more to gain weight, but it epically failed, and turns out that's not healthy at all. But yeah, with working out, as I stated, 3 months later, I gained about 13 pounds and looked so much thinner. And now my doctor is telling me for the first time ever, like in my whole life, that as long as I don't lose any weight, I'm gonna be fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna share some super basic advice I feel everyone should follow about food. Number one, try to limit your sugar and like processed food intake as much as possible. I know I've talked about my story of being like slightly overweight when my diet was absolute crap. That was like for 3 weeks to a month. I'm not even kidding. But once I cut out sugar, 2.5 years later, I'm the healthiest I've been in my whole life. There are so many benefits to limiting sugar and processed foods. One being that since these foods are the number one cause of inflammation, your skin will improve a ton. That's the reason I actually used to cut out sugar, because I used to constantly have like red skin and so much acne before I cut these foods out. Now I get the occasional little bumps on my face and no red skin 24/7. You also feel so much more energized, and other foods will fill you up longer. Since I started to cut out sugar, I haven't gotten sick once because of how strong my immune system got. Plus, you're set at lower risk for cancer. Some new modern studies are actually proving that cancer and sugar, as well as processed food intake, can be connected. This is like a new area of research in terms of like medical studies, but they're proving it. So yeah, it also prevents a whole boatload of other diseases. So like, what's not to love? But always remember, I'm not saying don't cut it out. I'm not saying like to cut it out completely. If I'm on vacation, like I'm gonna be this weekend, of course I'm gonna like eat the sweets and junk I want as long as I feel happy. Indulge when you wanna. Don't ever be like super hard on yourself for not sticking to your habits. Number 2, eat your fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies are too important to not eat. I eat somewhat enough veggies, but barely eat fruits. I mean, I ate like 6 blueberries this morning, but yeah. That's something I need to work on, and I'm assuming most people can relate. But seriously, try to eat more fruits and veggies, and just whole foods in general. There are too many benefits of fruits and veggies not to eat them. Also, taking a break for a quick second, my nose is like kind of stuffed up right now. That's why I'm like speaking weird. So I apologize for that. That literally like just started happening, but yeah. Okay, so back to our episode. Find ones you like and have common access to, then try to eat them daily. Number 3, never, ever, ever, ever attempt to starve yourself to lose weight. Starving yourself is the most ineffective way ever to exist to lose weight and can cause permanent damage. When you don't eat for an extensive period of time, your body will cling on to whatever fat it can because it thinks you're in danger and won't have access to food, which in turn slows down your metabolism, gives you stomach aches, headaches, and you just feel horrible and can honestly even get sick. You can, as I said, you can also get super sick from not eating. That's what happened to me when I first got braces and couldn't really eat much for 2 weeks, and then I got sick for like a month straight. Like, not straight, but like on and off, I kept getting sick, and I was just like in and out of school for like a whole month. It was not pretty, honestly. So yeah, never ever try to starve yourself to lose weight. Oh, by the way, my experience with braces wasn't because I was trying to lose weight. It's because I literally couldn't eat anything. It hurt too much. Because that's actually like the worst thing you can do to lose weight. Number 4, eat enough protein. Protein is super important to your diet because if you eat a protein-rich diet, you'll be full longer and won't feel the need to have an unhealthy snack in between meals. So eat enough protein, especially at breakfast. Super simple dieting advice that's super easy to follow. Number 2, drink enough water. I am positive that you hear this all the time, and I end my podcast episodes every week by encouraging you guys to go drink some water. Water is super important for all our body functions. About 60 to 70% of our whole body is made up of water. And water is even essential for brain function. I'm so sorry. The brain and heart are composed about 73% water. Your lungs are about 83% water. Your skin is 64% water. Muscle and kidneys are 79% water. And heck, even your bones are made up of 31% water. I am severely dehydrated. I'll put that out there. Most people drink water when they're thirsty, and I do that, but I just about never get thirsty, which is why I don't drink practically any water. I've heard of like disorders where people just don't get thirsty, but I don't think I have a disorder. But that's why I struggle so much to actually drink water. So if you're listening to this right now, go get a glass of water right now. It's so important. But if you also struggle to drink enough water daily, here are my tips. Number 1. First, you need to know exactly how much water you should be drinking. Most people say 8 glasses a day. For the average adult, and anywhere from 5 to 7 glasses for anyone under 18. But more recent studies are saying that the most reliable and accurate way to see how much water you need is to consume half your body weight in ounces per day. So for me, since I'm about 89 pounds, I would need about 45 ounces of water a day. This is the best way to measure how much water you should be drinking daily. Number 2, flavor your water. There are like these fancy and super expensive water bottles that like flavor your water through an infusing system, but that's a waste of money. My friend was actually telling me about this like new water bottle she saw online that basically had a system where you press a button and then something happens, and then like your brain gets, I don't know, it releases something, and then your brain gets tricked into thinking that you're like drinking soda or something because that's what the water is going to taste like. Way too expensive though. It was like what, $40 for the water bottle, and then for like 9 of the flavor packet thingies, it was like what, also another $40, and I was like, damn, only like rich people could afford that, and like I don't look rich, guys. So you can just put some fruit in your water or get those like sugar-free drink mix packets from Dollar Tree and flavor the water that way. Really effective though. Number 3, carry a water bottle with you everywhere you go. Even if it's just one of those 8-ounce small plastic water bottles, at least you can be reminded to drink some damn water. When you actually have easy access to water, you're more likely to actually drink it because it's, as I said, it's super accessible. Makes life easier and you get to stay hydrated. Number 4, reminders. I used to have this app called Water Reminder, which allows you to track your water intake and, with the premium version, any other beverages you consume. You can set when to receive reminders, like from what time, like 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., for example. And also how often you get these reminders. So I don't use this app anymore, and I don't know why, but you guys can try it if your main problem is simply forgetting to drink water. Another thing you could try is to put like sticky notes in places you're gonna see them and have access to water in, and write a note. Just be like, take a bright sticky note and be like, go drink water, and then like stick it up above your desk and have like a pitcher and a cup at your desk or something. Like that's what I would do. Um, but yeah, just simple things like that. Number 5, eat your water. Probably the most fun of all these tips, eat fruits or veggies high in water. You can get your water intake and you will get the benefit of eating fruits and veggies as well. Way to double up. Some fruits and veggies high in water are lettuce, celery, zucchini, cabbage, watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew melons, all of which are over 90% water. These are all effective tips to drink more water, so try them out and see what works for you because no matter what, you need water. Number 3, get enough sleep, please. Sleep is also a basic life function that is necessary for other life functions. Without enough sleep, you may notice dark circles under your eyes, or breakouts, or just skin issues in general. You may also not be able to focus at all, or be groggy the whole dang day no matter how much sleep you get. Your mood may also be like down in dumps. Sleep is also important to help maintain your weight, and for people my age, important for growth, as sleep is when 75% of all HGH is released, which is necessary for height and skin cell renewal, as well as something to do with your brain cells. Most of the calories burned through body functions are actually burned through your sleep, which I find pretty cool because like you're not actually doing anything when you sleep. Like you can also burn calories when you're like sitting or standing. So honestly, seems interesting to me. But between work or school, homework, or other activities, most people don't have time to do everything during the day. In that case, you should really cut out things like scrolling through social media or playing video games. That wastes a ton of time. But yeah, you should really aim to get enough sleep. For those listening to this podcast, y'all probably need anywhere from 7 to 10 hours of sleep a night. Here are my tips to get more sleep. Number 1, consistency. If you're trying to fix your sleep schedule, you need to try your hardest to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every single day, including weekends. However, once you manage a consistent sleep schedule, you can sleep an extra hour on weekends, so long as you still wake up at the same time for school or work or whatever. Consistency is really the key. Number 2, avoid screens 30 minutes to an hour before going to bed. Screens and technology emit blue light, which signals your brain that it's daytime. Melatonin is the hormone that's necessary for sleep, and blue light suppresses melatonin production. Avoiding screens about an hour before bedtime can help boost melatonin production and make it easier to fall asleep. Number 3, develop a night routine. I have a whole episode on night routines, so go listen to that if you haven't already. But developing a night routine and really sticking to it can lead your brain to eventually linking those night routine activities to sleep, which means when you brush your teeth right before bed, your brain will be like, oh, we're brushing our teeth, so it must be really close to bedtime. And then your brain will get ready for bedtime. Number 4, frequent exercising. So I managed to get at least like 45 minutes of exercise in pretty much every single day. But I need like 60 minutes of some kind of exercise every single day because I'm only 13. If you're older than 18, you need about 30 minutes of exercise 3 to 4 times a week. But if you do more, then that's even better, so long as you're not overworking yourself. But exercising regularly regulates your circadian rhythm, also your body's internal clock, sleep-wake cycle, whatever you want to call it. It also makes it easier to fall asleep and wake up. But avoid exercising an hour or two before bedtime because that will make it harder for you to fall asleep. Number 5, super important to all my coffee lovers, but no caffeine 7 to 10 hours before bedtime. And if you're more sensitive to caffeine, make it 12 hours before bedtime. Late night caffeine makes it just about impossible to fall asleep. So if you want coffee late in the day, stick with decaf or go for some tea without caffeine instead. All great tips to improve your sleep and get enough sleep. Number 4, working out. I cannot stress how important it is to work out. My mom, dad, and my brother as well, they all do like barely any form of exercising besides my brother doing PE, which is not enough, and my mom doing like her super intense cleaning and gardening runs. But like that's not the right form of exercise for them. And all of them are super weak, and my mom and brother are concerningly underweight. Well, not my mom as much as my brother, but like still. But seeing them struggle with basic tasks that wouldn't be a problem if they did more exercise is exactly why I stress this point so much on my podcast. Working out is so important for life functions and can even help you live longer. Working out can be hard at first, like I'm gonna put that out there. But you have to make it work for you. I play soccer. Maybe there's a sport you like. Try that. Dance workouts are also super fun and great cardio. I love doing HIIT. Dance cardio, low impact workouts, soccer, etc., etc. I hate weights and swear to God to never lift weights because that's how much I hate it. Just find what works for you and remember, with working out, variety is the spice of life. Another thing is you have to have a why beneath working out that will actually motivate you to go work out. Most people torture themselves through hard and grueling workouts for the sake of losing weight, and that's why they hate working out. But having a why that truly motivates you can really boost you on the days where you don't want to do anything besides work out. The whole reason why I work out is because I started by wanting to build muscle in order to gain healthy weight. And then when I started wheezing while playing soccer again, I focused on HIIT and cardio to build stamina with intense physical activity again in order to keep playing soccer without struggle. So those two reasons are my why as to work out. Plus, whenever I finish a workout, I feel good and happy afterwards. All the more reason to incorporate more exercise into your daily routine. And before you complain that you don't have any more time, shut up. There are plenty of ways to incorporate simple exercise into a busy schedule. Instead of doing a long, sweaty workout once a day or every few days, try to do 10 to 15-minute long workouts whenever you have time. Heck, there are even super simple 5-minute workouts you can do while sitting down. But even a simple 15-minute workout can make a huge difference. Try your best to just manage a 15-minute workout whenever you can. And if you can't shower afterwards, low impact, low intensity workouts are perfect and still super effective. Working out is one of the most important parts of glowing up, physically and mentally, so prioritize it. Number 5, good and simple skincare routine. You don't need to go buy $500 serums that don't do anything for your skin. All I use is a turmeric soap bar instead of a standard cleanser, which is so much cheaper, and a Cetaphil moisturizer. I used to have a more complex skincare routine, but once I realized that's what was causing most of my skin problems, I stripped it down to just moisturizer and cleanser. I legit never exfoliate, but that's because I don't need to. Because my skin is young or whatever. And then my mom makes me use this turmeric face mask, which also doubles as a scrub and works great. So turmeric is a great ingredient for skin, so try to include it in your skincare routine. Cleanser and moisturizer, as well as a good sunscreen, are legit all you will ever need to maintain good skin. Less is more. You don't need to worry about other stuff until you're in your mid-40s and need to worry about anti-aging stuff and whatnot. But yeah. A simple skincare routine tailored to your skin type with effective products to target skin concerns will do wonders for your skin, even in a short period of time, including 30 days. So I have a 2-part episode thingy on skincare, so definitely go listen to those. But I just wanted to share some super duper basic skincare stuff that you should follow for these 30 days, in addition to a good skincare routine tailored to your skin type and skin concerns. Number 1, wash your face twice a day, every single day. You want to wash your face in the morning to wake up, and also to get rid of any dirt that may have been rubbed in your face from your hair and your pillows and your bedding. And you want to wash your face at night to get rid of the dirt and grime that got on it during the day. This way, your face is mostly free of any bacteria and yucky stuff that might clog your pores and cause breakouts. Super simple, yet the most effective and important way to improve your skin. Number 2, use a good moisturizer. Moisturizer is super duper important, even for oily skin. Actually, especially for oily skin. So moisturizer helps your skin look smooth and radiant, as well as hydrating your skin. I have super duper dry skin, so my skin literally thrives on my moisturizer. If you want, you can use a lighter moisturizer in the summer and a heavier one in the winter, but I use the Cetaphil Daily Moisturizing Cream for dry to very dry sensitive skin. This is a super thick moisturizer, but my skin is dry enough that this works year round. But oily skin. Okay, so back to my original point. For oily skin, it makes sense that moisturizer would worsen the state of your skin. But if you don't use moisturizer on oily skin, your skin is only going to produce more oil to compensate for that. And oily skin needs a water-based moisturizer though, which hydrates your skin without adding more oil to it. Super important. Okay, number 3, use face masks. I don't mean go out and buy a bunch of expensive face masks. For me at least, store-bought face masks are super ineffective. DIY face masks cost basically nothing and are so much better than the chemical crap and actually work. Okay, so one of my holy grail DIY face masks is, so you combine 2 tablespoons of yogurt and a teaspoon of honey together, and then you mix it up, and then you put it on your face, and then leave it on for 20 minutes, and then you just wash it off with lukewarm water. I love this face mask. Like, I'm not even kidding. I love this face mask. And this one makes your skin look smooth and radiant, also reduces acne and redness while hydrating your skin. I love this one. But there are a million other different face masks, million different DIY face masks for every skin type and concern. So just choose what works best for you. Number 4, sunscreen. I cannot stress the importance of SPF enough. Even though my sunscreen habits are absolute crap. I mean, hey, I'm working on that. Like, don't judge me. But sunscreen is super important. For the ages of those listening to this podcast, it might not matter now, but when you're like 40, 50, and up, you're really going to regret not putting on sunscreen. My mom is a perfect example. She refuses to put on sunscreen unless we're going to the beach or something. And 2 years later, because of the excessive time she spends outside without sunscreen in the summer, everywhere on her skin is like sun damage and like it's really bad. So take my advice and use a damn sunscreen. Takes almost no time and you will be protecting your skin for the years to come. Number 5, take care of your lips. Your lips and smile are a huge part of whether you look fresh or clean or look like a mess who just woke up 5 minutes before leaving the house. Most people don't think of their lips in their skincare routine though, and that's exactly the problem. So if you happen to have super dry lips like me, try lip scrub. I use this like sugar lip scrub thingy from Milani. I have no idea where my mom got it, so yeah, but it works great and also smells really good. You can also just use honey and sugar, where it's the same, probably more effective. Use lip balm to prevent your lips from getting dry also. Super simple yet so effective. All super simple yet such effective skin tips actually. Your skin will be looking gorgeous in no time. Number 6, your hair. So I hate talking about hair stuff, but I will do it anyway. So your hair also plays a significant factor in whether you look nice and clean or not. My hair is 94% split ends and dead stuff. And I have been trying on my own to cut some of my split ends whenever I get the chance, and it's kind of working. I literally have mop hair. Like, you could use my hair as a mop and it would work perfectly. My mom's hair oil has also been working great, but hair is a complicated thing as well. Once you find your hair type and can care for it right, you can say bye-bye to all your hair troubles. Okay, so actually, just recently, maybe a month or so ago, one of my friends noticed my hair, and this was on a day I washed it, but, like, I didn't brush it yet, so it was super curly, and she was just like, you have curly hair, and I'm like, I was caring for it like wavy hair, which is why my hair is so problematic. I also saw this video, and it said if your hair was, like, soaking wet, and it was, like, straight, but once you, like, get rid of the water and scrunch it up a little bit, it gets curly, you have curly hair. So I have curly hair, but I'm trying to finish off my wavy hair products before I buy stuff for curly hair. Anyway, now for some super simple hair care tips. Number 1, trim your split ends. Everyone hates hearing this, but trimming those split ends every 2 months or so can really help your hair health and makes all the difference. It might be an investment of time and money, but one that's so worth it. You can also make sure to ask your hairdresser to be careful with the length. Number 2, try out some new hairstyles. I usually wear my hair in like a ponytail and for nice occasions a half up, half down, so I'm definitely due for trying out a couple new hairstyles. Last year, I challenged myself not to wear a ponytail for school for the whole year, and I was actually successful. I should do something like that again for a shorter period of time though. But yeah, have fun with some new hairstyles. Look on Pinterest and YouTube. Have at it. Number 3, find products that work for you. If you want to heal your hair fast and not go broke, try my favorite hair care brand, Function of Beauty. Okay, so they have a website where you can customize like the whole formula and the scent and the color and all that, but it's $27 each for a 16-ounce shampoo and conditioner each. Way too much money plus $10 on shipping. But Target has a different way of customizable hair care from Function of Beauty, so I'll link that page down in the podcast description. So basically, you choose like a base for your shampoo and conditioner based on your hair type, and then you choose these tiny booster shots. You don't have to, but based on your hair needs. Really great hair care brand, and the products are free of sulfates, parabens, and silicones. The conditioner for coily hair has silicones though, so just be aware of that. This brand is also cruelty free. Definitely try it out. Number 4, hair masks. So I used to use like this Dove in shower like hair mask. You would just like, so you shampoo your hair and then you put the hair mask in and you leave it on for like 3 minutes and then you rinse it out, condition. Basically how it works. Yeah, I used to love that one. I have to buy it again though. I also really want to try like Shea Moisture hair masks. If you don't want to spend all that money though, there's tons and tons of DIY hair masks that you can make at home that are just as, if not more effective than store-bought hair masks. Must do for healthy hair. Great and simple tips once again. Number 7, manage your nails. Most people overlook their nails as they claim they are too busy to take care of such a pointless thing. But would you ever rather have neat, clean nails or dirty, mangled nails that look horrid? You don't have to spend a bunch of time and money to like get your nails done all fancy at a salon, although that can be fun to do rarely. Just trim your nails when needed and clean up your cuticles when needed as well. Keep the bit under your nails clean and free of dirt. You can paint your nails as well as you want, but keep your nails free of polish to give them a break from time to time to keep them white and healthy. I haven't painted my nails in about a year and I don't regret it. When I used to paint them like all the time, they were like yellow and constantly breaking. They were just disgusting, honestly. So yeah, goal here is just keep your nails neat and tidy and do them all nice only if you want. That's all. It's so simple. Number 8, focus on your mind. Okay, so we've talked about glowing up physically, but you can't glow up in any way without working on your mind. Your mind is you, basically you. Yeah. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So I have a whole episode on like banning negativity and working your mindset to be like positive and abundant. Goes into that if you haven't already, but when you have a positive and abundant mindset, the like is what will happen to you. You can't like physically glow up without glowing up your mindset. So work on that. Number 1, use affirmations. Affirmations are the best way to boost yourself into a positive mindset. Saying these positive things to yourself might be weird at first because you're literally just looking at yourself in the mirror and saying positive affirmations to yourself, but you'll get used to it. It may be weird at first, but using affirmations can really help you like break down the negative beliefs your subconscious mind has developed about yourself and create new positive ones. Must do for any person. Number 2, practice some form of self-care every single day. If you're too busy, then too bad. Find the dang time to practice some self-care. Actually, self-care is even more important if you are a busy person because the more work you do, the more burnout out you get. So self-care is even more important in that case. If you need to, legit put self-care time in your calendar so you remember it. Just do whatever self-care looks like to you, whether that be a 5-minute meditation session or a whole beach day. There are so many simple things you can do to practice self-care, even in a matter of 5 minutes. Number 3, take a break from social media. I have another episode on social media also, so it goes into that if you haven't already, but social media can be detrimental to your mental health. So I did a school project on how social media affects like young people's mental health and their like brain, and even just a day-long break from social media once a week can do wonders for you. Getting away from social media for a while can also help reduce the amount of time you spend scrolling, leaving that time for better tasks, such as working out or self-care or getting some work done. Social media only shows you like the highlights of people's lives. Always remember that. So, long story short, social media is toxic. So, I want you to delete all social media apps from your phone for these 30 days and see how much of a boost you will feel. So, some tips to utilize that you can utilize to totally glow up from inside out. Okay, so that was all I had to say on how to glow up in 30 days. It's not going to be like a super, super major change, but you will feel happier, feel prettier, and more confident, be healthier too. You can also just do this challenge whenever you want to glow up. At the start of every season, before school starts, before something, I don't know. Vacation glow up, I don't really know. Now to end our episode today, I have a quote for you guys from an unknown author. The quote goes, "The real glow up is when you stop waiting to turn into some perfect version of yourself and consciously enjoy being who you are in the present." Bye guys. Rate, review, follow, and share this podcast. Drink some water, and I love you all.